This past weekend, I met an MMA and Jiu-Jitsu legend and one of my heroes in the sport. I'm talking about Demian Maia, who dropped into my home gym at Pure BJJ to do a seminar. And Demian doesn't come to Canada very often, so this was a rare opportunity that I was super excited to take advantage of. Maia is an OG of the UFC with his debut dating back to 2007, the same year he won an 80cc championship at the 88 kg division. He's long been at the top of the UFC's welterweight division and was the holder of the most submission wins in UFC history at 11 for a very long time before recently being surpassed by Charles Oliveira. As a fan of MMA and as a grappler, I appreciate what Demian Maia has been able to do in his career immensely. Even growing up, a submission win was just as exciting to me as a good knockout, and it was guys like Demian Maia that could dominate someone on the ground, making them look completely outclassed and strangling them that got me so interested in BJJ. Demian has recently started a new chapter in his career because in June of 2021 he stepped into the UFC octagon for the very last time. Today at 44 years old, Demian is still competing but in grappling super fights like at BJJ Stars in Brazil, where he quickly won a triangle submission over Alex Cowboy Oliveira.
Wow.
He's also transitioned his focus to teaching jiu-jitsu and helping others as opposed to sharpening his own skills for MMA fights. The topic of the particular seminar that I took place in was around back attacks, back control, and back escape, which is probably the best area you could ever want to learn from Demian Maia because just look at this guy's back game.
Ryan Jensen's leg and his body, he's got it right there. That's the second hook. Ryan's doing a good job of holding that off, but when he did that, choke. Very nice display of jiu-jitsu by Demian Maia.
Maia took the back and displayed those great jiu-jitsu skills that we talked about.
If you haven't noticed a trend here, it's that Maia has an amazing rear naked choke and might just be the best at doing this in MMA of all time. Throughout the seminar, Demian Maia preached 3 principles that he lives by in any position of a fight. These were alignment, level, and connection. And later after the seminar, he sent a huge email to everyone that attended, breaking down his principles and even providing diagrams. The concepts were great, and we did some really cool drills of attacking the back from turtle and controlling, but to me, the very best part were the tips for finishing. Demian Maia physically uses his head more than anyone I've ever seen in grappling. From the back at all times, he's looking to hug his ear and cheek to your ear and cheek, which in turn allows him to glue his upper body to your back and keeps him aligned, level, and connected. What's more is Demian uses his head for submissions. This one little trick is so simple, but it's something I never really considered, and the difference was huge because I felt it. Whether he gets to a rear naked grip or just has one arm in for a short choke, he digs his chin forward to create an immense amount of opposing pressure. Using your head also prevents you from squeezing your arm out because the finish comes way quicker and doesn't rely on just one limb. He is truly an expert from the back, and he was showing us techniques that he used in fights to finish chokes. The squeeze that Demian Maia puts on while using his head are what brought him 10 rear naked choke finishes in his MMA career, including breaking Rick Story's jaw from that position. Finally, I just gotta say that Demian Maia is in incredibly impressive shape. The guy is just really strong, and I saw him beating up on some much bigger dudes that we'll call mat bullies. It didn't really matter how big they were. For the few rounds that he rolled, he beat up on everyone, and even when he started with the Goliath on his back, I watched him calmly make space in openings and get up and finish on top. At the end, he took the time to do a Q&A and take pictures with everyone, and the seminar ended up being about 4 hours in total. Somebody asked him if he has any fights coming up or grappling matches, and he wasn't allowed to say, but he hinted on some big news coming soon, and that finally dropped. He'll be fighting another fellow MMA legend in Benson Henderson at Polaris. My money is on Demian Maia by Mataleo, aka Rear Naked Choke.